All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest today. In case you've been under a fucking rock for about 2 years, 3 years, we have a very special guest. We got Matt Paddock here. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, James?
How you doing, man?
Nah, I appreciate you
Looking
having me.
good, looking like a young boss that you are. You know what I'm saying? So, who is Matt Paddock? Just in case anyone, you guys viewing at home, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who is Matt Paddock?
Man, that's a difficult question, man. It seems like such a simple question, but there's so many different layers and boundaries to who I am as a person. In terms of like who I am as an artist is a lot different than who I am as somebody else.
Definitely.
In the professional world, somebody else who I communicate with, my family and my friends.
Right.
So there's a lot of layers and there's a lot of levels towards
You got
me.
a lot of shit going on though. You got a couple bangers right now. You know, we're gonna let the world hear them soon. But
In terms of who I am, really, I'm just trying to be the best person that I can be in any aspect of this world, man. Whether
Right.
it's being the best artist I could be, whether it's being the best sales professional I could be, whether it's being the best friend, best brother, best son to my parents. I'm just out here trying to do the right thing and be the best person I could be. In terms of the music, though, this round of music is a little bit different
right.
than the music that I released a little bit earlier on in my music career. This music has a lot of flavor. It's fresh.
Tell me, you don't gotta tell me about it.
This music is new, and I think I'm just really just being true to myself as an artist. Speaking on my experiences. There's different songs where I'm talking about personal things. There's different songs where I'm talking
Definitely.
about my love life, being romantic. There's songs where I'm just spitting bars, and there's songs where I'm just kind of quote unquote flexing on
Right.
right on the people that are listening. So there's a lot of different levels to my music. There's a lot of different levels to who I am as a person.
Definitely. And the one thing I do respect and I like about you as an artist, each song that you make, or each realm of music that you put out, it doesn't sound like the previous one. A lot of people get comfortable in I got this song sounds fire, so I'm gonna make another song that sounds identical to that.
Right.
You're not scared to be yourself. So that's why I asked you the question of who is Matt Paddock, because you're not scared to be yourself, whatever that is. And it's kind of all over the place in a good way. So you're definitely versatile, and you definitely have some great bangers that I enjoy. So I want to ask you about your writing process, because when I listen to your songs, I see there's somewhat of detail, and I could tell there's some type of preparation and time put into it. What is the average time it takes you to write a song? Not just specific songs, just like an average time it would take you to write a song.
It varies. So basically, in terms of like how long it'll take me to write a record, it could be anywhere from like 15 minutes just banging it,
Right.
right out, freestyling the song, recording the freestyle, going back and then just like kind of mixing and matching
Right.
words to try to make the song. But there's other more personal songs where I'm really focused on detail. Like
Right.
there's this song called "Living My Life."
Yo, I heard that song about 100 times, and even when we was recording it, I noticed that certain songs have, this is how versatile it is. Certain songs have certain vibes. So certain songs like Your Love, it was more of a upbeat song. So I seen you doing push-ups. I seen you like fucking working out, doing fucking lifting speakers and all types of shit. But then when that song kind of came on, you kind of like mellowed out. You was to yourself. You didn't really speak a lot, and you was more focused, and you was real specific about how you wanted to sound, and how you wanted to do everything. And I just wanted to I understand, but I wanted you to let the people know what was that song inspired about, and where's that, people want to know where that song is coming from.
So, with that song, "Living My Life," is probably one of the more personal songs that I've ever written in my entire life. And I touch upon topics like my grandfather passing away, My grandmother, like being able to call her every day and have a relationship with her, dealing with anxiety,
Definitely.
meditating, and just the whole moral of the story is just like I'm just living my life, going through the
Right.
punches. Whatever God throws at you, you know, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Definitely.
And that's the moral of the story. I don't want it to be a sad story. I don't want it to be a sad song. I want people to take inspiration from that and get motivated to push through the hard times.
Definitely.
So that's basically my goal when I was in the writing process of trying to put together those lyrics. With that song in particular, that took me like 5-6 times to rewrite the verse over because I didn't have it at first.
Right.
But you know, finally, I just went through something where I caught a vibe and it just clicked and it sounded right. Because that's more of a personal song, and I feel like that's more of a timeless song. My family is gonna love that song. I'm gonna love that song forever.
Shit, I love that song.
And I feel like my close friends are really gonna be able to relate to that song.
A lot of people can relate to that song
because you know that's the song that's most that hits home the most.
Definitely.
For other tracks out there, you know, it could just be like I could write a song in like 15 minutes. At first, it was weird because before this round of music, I was always so focused on like what happens in my professional career.
Right.
If an employer heard something that I wrote, you know, is that going to interfere with what I'm doing outside of music?
Definitely.
So I was always kind of had like I always kind of had my guard up when it came to writing music.
Right.
I always didn't want to cross a boundary. With this record and these 8 songs, I kind of just threw it out the window. I kind of said, you know what, if I'm going to do this music, I'm going full force.
Yo, and that's why I said you're not afraid to be you. And you know, speaking of that, there's a lot. I'm pretty sure people that's watching this interview is a lot of people that actually have 9-to-5 jobs and they would love to pursue a music career. And those two things are not necessarily looked upon in the same light, and it takes some type of balance. How do you balance your personal work life? It's been like your 9 to 5, and still have time to put out music that has quality and substance to it, like because there's a difference. You can not put as much energy as you put into your work. How do you balance still being employed and still putting out great music?
I mean, that's a really good question, and like the answer to that is just being able to sacrifice certain things, whether you're sacrificing time, whether you're sacrificing on the weekend going out with friends and sitting home and creating a song, because you know, going to the studio, doing it independently, it's very costly.
Yes.
Studio time. So you need to be able to balance out logistically and financially how you're going to be able to execute these records.
Definitely.
You're also sacrificing your mental health because you're allowing yourself to go with some songs into a space mentally where you really don't need to go unless you're expressing yourself creatively. Excuse me. It's difficult, but at the end of the day, this is my passion. This is something I love.
You make the shit look so easy though, because I don't know a lot of guys that have 9 to 5 jobs and then they still can put the time to make quality music, meaning they'll just do it when they can, which is ultimately leads to it's not sounding as good as it could. You know what I'm saying? You can do both. What, you writing at work or something? Like, what are you doing?
So right now, this music shit is not paying the bills for me.
Right.
You know, this is a hobby. This is something I enjoy doing. Who knows what's going to happen with this round of music? But, you know, how I pay my bills, how I live the life that I'm accustomed to living is through my professional career in sales and working at a job that does not relate to music.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of people kind of write you off.
Yeah.
When you're not doing music full time, and that's what pisses me off the most. You know, that's what makes me really, really angry, really upset when people won't give you that look because they know that this is not your full-time career. Even though what I'm doing professionally, what I'm doing outside of music, that all inspires me to be more efficient in the writing, recording process, and executing the music.
So do you feel, not to cut you off, do you feel that not being looked upon as, you know, this is the right thing to do, get a job, have a job, and keep a job, and forget music, do you feel like that fuels you a little bit more to put quality music out?
For this round of music, James, basically, I'm trying to make a statement. Like, I'm trying to...
Right, and I can definitely tell with the bangers that you have putting out. You have a little bit of summertime, you have a little bit of romantic, you have a little bit of club, and you got a couple gangster records in case y'all don't know. Matt Paddock then came to my block and we done, you know what I'm saying? We don't get into all of that, but you know what I'm saying? Matt definitely got a couple street creds under his belt, so you know what I'm saying? So definitely well-rounded and definitely an all-star in this music shit right about now.
So with this type of music, I'm trying to let those people that really don't take me serious as an artist and try to not give them a choice to take me serious as an artist.
Right.
Because I'm investing my time, I'm investing my money, I'm investing a lot of things that are going into this music, that are going into executing it so that you could enjoy a good song. So, I'm trying to just put basically the doubters at ease.
Right.
I'm trying to
lock them in a pocket. They don't have no other choice but to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't deny something that's great. You know what I'm saying? You cannot.
I put the best music out with this round of music that I could. This was a year of writing. This was a year of recording. And now it's time to show it to the world, show it to my social media followers. And I'm trying to make a statement. I'm trying to show people that Matt Paddock as an artist is the truth, is here to stay. And just because I work a full-time job and am successful outside of music doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I can't be successful recording music as well.
So how do you, all right, because a lot of people wouldn't know, and people that do know. I mean, you're a boss, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're definitely someone that calls shots, and you're definitely someone that, you know, what you say definitely matters, and you can shut shit down with just a snap of a finger. How does that affect when you're kind of pitching your music, as far as nobody, you're a boss, so how does that affect the way people react to your music?
I think my close family, my friends that have known me over a number of years, that have just known me from living in the city, people that I've worked with, those people are really the ones that mess with my music the most and really enjoy it. A lot of people are reluctant to show love. They hit a like button, they hit a share button on social media, and that's basically my outlet to sharing this music. This music might be a little bit different because I do have a few connections where I'm going to be able to send this music to and see where it takes me. But you know what? With this music, I'm just looking forward to everybody hearing it and hopefully everybody being able to let go of that guard and be able to enjoy good music.
Definitely. So now, how do you feel about, collaborating with different artists? Is it a certain type of artist that you wouldn't, not name any names, but just a certain type of artist you wouldn't want to collaborate? And how do you overall feel about collaborating with different artists, and what is your process?
So it's interesting, like, basically I wanted to make it a point that when I'm doing this round of music, I didn't want to reach out to artists that I didn't have a personal relationship with. So all these artists on this round of music are people that I'm friends with.
Right.
So I worked with 4 artists. Out of the 4, 3 of them have never recorded professionally before. I kind of took them under my wing and made sure that they were confident enough to execute their verse, their chorus, their ad-libs, whatever we felt that we needed from them to make the best song possible.
Right.
The first artist I worked with, his name is K.R.E.W. Kyle is like a little brother to me. I've known Kyle since I was born. I'm actually best friends with his older brother Zach. We call each other the Bash Brothers. He supported my music my entire life. He's my brother. Kyle, it's interesting. When we started rapping, at first it was kind of like a little bit of a joke. Basically, how it worked. I'm close with Zach's entire family, and I'd go over for a family dinner, and it'd be Zach, his younger brother Corey, Kyle, his sister Liv, Corey's girlfriend Jen, Zach's whole family. After dinner, basically what they would do is they go outside, they play sports, they'd watch TV, they'd play video games, whatever it is that they did. Kyle and I would kind of give each other a look during dinner. Hey, let's go upstairs and let's do a little bit of music. Let's make a freestyle. So while they were doing what they did, Kyle and I basically went upstairs, put on like a Biggie or Tupac beat, and kind of just wrote lyrics.
Works.
We'd come down after like 30 minutes and we'd perform in front of everybody, and everybody loved it. They thought it was hilarious, but at the same time, I thought it was good. So, it got to the point where Kyle, he's 18 now, and we started writing, and he would write a verse in like 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, Kyle, you really, you really escalated your writing ability.
Right.
So, hey, let's do this thing seriously. Let me take you to the studio with me, and let's record a song. And he was all for it. I hit him up. I told him the time and place. He came through. It was his first experience in the studio. And he was a professional, and he did what he had to do. Other artists I work with, a female artist named Nicole, and she's more of an opera singer. She never recorded professionally in like the hip hop R&B environment.
Right.
And I just needed a female artist. Her and I have a friendship before this, and she came through and she did her thing. My friend EJ, he really doesn't do much of music, but he has a sick ad lib that I used throughout these 8 songs, and he has a verse that he freestyled in the booth, which is pretty impressive.
Dope as fuck.
And then my boy Ben Tadaro.
Yeah, what's the story behind you and him? How did you guys hook up?
Ben is the truth, man. He's a seasoned vet when it comes to recording music. He's been doing this for a while. We used to work together in the professional world, and he, I guess, heard that I do music. I heard he does music. Right. We linked up. We showed each other some of our songs. I really liked his stuff. And then I had a studio session booked, and just randomly I said, hey Ben, you want to come through to the studio session?
Right.
I might need you on a verse. This was the instrumental I was thinking about. During the workday, him and I went to a room. I rapped him my verse, and he kind of put his flavor on it as well. Mm-hmm. Right then and there, I knew that Ben Tadaro was a superstar.
Yeah, he's a vet.
He was just poised, and he just killed it. And we have such good chemistry in the studio. I expected him to come on one song. He ended up coming on 4.
Right,
just because
it was 4.
He adds so much to every song, whether he's doing a verse, whether he's doing ad-libs, or whether he's just doing vocals and doubles on another song. Ben and I have a good relationship outside of music, and in the studio it's just a whole different vibe, whole different energy. And we talk. We were thinking about maybe putting together some other songs, so you guys should definitely look out for that in the future.
Son, I can't wait for that, because you and Ben is on some Shaq and Kobe kind of shit. Like,
that's what I'm
y'all
saying.
two on the track definitely gets the energy going and gets the juices flowing and stuff like that.
He's the truth, and like I said, for all these other artists, I wish them the best. I wish them the best. We all checked our egos at the door, and not just when it comes to music, just in life in general. I want the best for all these guys.
Right.
So my blessings with them, and I hope that they achieve everything they want to.
Definitely. What would you say some of your musical influences are? Like some music that inspire you?
Influences, they definitely range. Right now, my biggest influence in terms of music is probably like Chris Brown, because he's such a good singer, dancer, rapper, director, creator. He does it all. He pushes music very quickly, and he comes out with a lot of music, so that's really inspirational. Of course, Drake. I grew up on J. Cole. A lot of mainstream artists, but there's some artists that you probably wouldn't expect from me that I get inspired by. Like,
name them. Let's hear them.
Demi Lovato, Ariana Grande, Justin
Nice.
Bieber. There's some other artists as well. Like there's an artist named Russ who sings, raps, produces all this stuff.
Right.
There's an artist down south in Florida named Jake Miller. You probably never heard of him. he's an independent artist as well. And the reason why I'm so inspired by him is because he reminds me a lot of myself. He's very professional on camera, and I really like his whole message, his whole MO. But I get inspired by a lot of music, and I get inspired by everything, whether it's other artists, or whether it's what I'm going through personally, whether it's a friend going through problems or achieving goals that they made in their lives, whether it's family, whether it's romantic, whether I'm involved with somebody, in my personal life. I get inspiration from all different types of avenues.
But that's probably why you're so versatile, because no song sounds like the last song. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I definitely respect you. You're not afraid to be yourself, and you're definitely versatile. Each song doesn't sound like the last song that went around. You know what I'm saying? You're not in a pocket as far as, well, the people like this song, so I'm gonna make like 10 songs that sound exactly like that. You're not oversaturating yourself. You're taking risks, and you're making a lot of songs that's making you vulnerable, because you're a boss. You know what I'm saying? You direct traffic and stuff like that, but you still have vulnerable songs where it would be easy for someone to, like, you know. So how do you feel about you being a boss and having people critique your music?
I'm just being myself. When someone critiques my music, if they're actually giving me feedback that, is not insulting me.
Constructive feedback.
Constructive
right?
feedback. I'm taking that to heart. If there's somebody who's been doing this for a while and knows what they're talking about and gives me feedback, I'm definitely paying attention to that.
Definitely.
I'm just being myself when it comes to the entire process, and that's it. Some songs are gonna hit home for some. Some songs, might not relate to others, but at the end of the day, I'm not just one type of artist where I'm just putting out love records. I'm just putting out R&B records. There's records, like I said, that can make certain people feel a type of way. Whether if they lost a family member, or whether they're involved with a girl, or they're involved with a guy, romantically,
right.
or whether they just want to turn up. It's all different types of music, and I hope that I do get the at least respect from the viewers, that they're going to listen to all these songs and appreciate the fact that I'm putting out multiple genres of
your dream place to perform at, like, somewhere where you just like, even it could be when you're little, high school, whatever, just somewhere that like a dream place that you wouldn't mind performing at, like on a big scale. Well, it don't even have to be on a big scale, just somewhere where you would love to perform at.
I've always wanted to perform like on a beach.
Nice. I've never heard that answer.
I've always wanted to perform like on a beach with hundreds of or thousands of people. I mean, the more the merrier. Just like kind of vibing out, drinking, just having the best day ever to my music. But it really doesn't matter the venue. I just want people that are listening, that are going to be attending my performances. I just want them to get into a vibe and to appreciate the music and appreciate the showmanship and everything that I'm doing on stage, because I take my performance game very seriously. Everything I do in this art, I'm a perfectionist, and I just, I want that to be received well.
Well, how do you balance that? How do you balance the fun part of music and the serious part of, like, we have to do this shit? Like, how do you balance that out?
You just, that's a good question.
Just living my life.
That's a good
Perfect
question.
song.
You just need to feel it, man.
Definitely.
You just need to feel
music
the energy.
Is definitely
you need to
energy.
feel the vibe, and you just need to do what you think's right. And just go with your instinct. Be yourself. Don't change because something's hot, because something's trending right now. Always stay true to your art. Always stay true to who you are as a person. And for the people who haven't heard of me as an artist, or haven't listened to my music, or don't know me personally, with these 8 records, I feel like you're going to be able to learn a lot about me, not just musically, but you're going to be able to learn a lot about the person that I am and the character that I have.
Exactly.
I'm bringing a flavor, I'm bringing a freshness, something cool to music, and I'm ready to take over this summer.
I'm excited about all of the projects. Definitely excited about it. Let's see. Just me talking. But
let's wrap it up.
Definitely. As far as, are you a big party goer? Do you like going to parties? How do you feel about advertising your music in parties and clubs and doing shows and stuff like that? Are you more of a private person, or are you more of a party animal?
I'm definitely like somebody who's social, has a lot of friends, who's the life of the party. It's gotten me in trouble a few times, but at the end of the day, I don't care how my music's received as long as you're receiving it in a positive way.
Definitely.
There's no, music out of this round of music that's gonna make somebody feel negative or feel sad. This is all uplifting. This is all good vibes. It's all fun-spirited music, and that's what I hope that the listeners receive from this round of music. But in terms of if you want to turn up to it, if you want to listen to it in the car, on your way home from work, whether you want to listen to it alone in the headphones, as long as you guys are listening, I'm happy.
Back. So we got a couple more questions. We're gonna wrap it up. How important do you think it is to kind of go against the grain in music to kind of stand out, even if people don't connect with it at first? How important do you think it is to go against the grain instead of going what's hot right now?
That's really important. I feel like everybody now is just obsessed with getting these Instagram followers and getting like all these likes on Facebook and Instagram, and that's just not something that I ever wanted to push. My Instagram's private because I want to separate my music life from my professional life. I don't want that to ever interfere with what I have going on outside of music. And I've never been somebody who's annoying, in social media.
Right.
So I just, it is important nowadays to have a lot of followers on Instagram, but the people who are listening to my music, I feel are core fans or core listeners. And once you build a core, then it's time to expand past your followers. And right now I feel like it is the right time that I have my core audience and I'm ready to expand past that.
But that's why I admire you, because to me it seems like everything you do as far as musically is more intimate rather than I want everybody to like this shit. It's more intimate for the people that you do want it. It's that much more. Like you say, your Instagram is private. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking for 10 million people to like it. You just want to, if you can reach 10 people and it affects them the way that you want it to affect them, I think that's more important to you personally than getting 10 million people to like it and just say, I like this shit.
Just in music and business, it's always good to start small and to gradually grow over time instead of just trying to grow very fast. My music, I like to think of as timeless, so I want these listeners to listen to my songs more than once. I make catchy music. A lot of these songs, if you listen more than once, they're going to be stuck in your head. So you need to give this music a second listen.
Definitely.
With this round of music, I worked so hard on it. I worked all year on writing it. The execution was incredible. And, now I'm ready to put it out to these people who've been waiting on it. I think it's going to be really satisfying to them. And I'm ready to move past that and try to expand right now. I think now's the time.
Where do you see your music in 2 years?
In 2 years, a lot could change in 2 years. I might not be doing this in 2 years. Who knows?
Right.
A lot could happen. Ideally, I'll keep growing. I'll grow my fan base. I'll be performing. I'll be recording, and I'll be doing my thing. But I don't want that to jeopardize, what I have going on outside of music, which is what's bringing me an income right now.
Definitely.
So I'm just going with the flow. I'm making music. I'm doing what I have to do. I'm being a brand for myself.
You are a brand for yourself. You are the baller shot caller, if you would call it that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, and I admire the fact that you can balance both of them and still come up with great music.
It's tough, man. But I just want to keep going, man. I'm a motivational guy. I'm a hustler, and I want everyone around me to be inspired. And we got one life, so let's just go balls out,
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Paddock.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks, James.
Brother.